This pair of kestrels are known as Mr. and Mrs. Kes. They're looking for the perfect place to bring up chicks. Last year they nested in sycamore stump, successfully raising 6 chicks that fledged last July. But since then, barn owls, willow and ghost have taken over the site. The kestrels need to find somewhere else. Soon they're prospecting the ash stump nest. The pair nested here 2 years ago, but it wasn't easy. They had problems with barn owls, jackdaws, and tawny owls. They'll think twice before choosing this nest again. Another option is beech stump. The pair arrived to investigate. Mr. Kes heads in first. Mrs. Kes wants to look too. She's intrigued by the cameras and even begins to nest scrape, checking if the nest floor is suitable for eggs. They seem to like the spot, and soon they mate just outside. But the kestrels aren't the only ones that are interested. The tawny owls and the barn owls are both visiting this nest too. So I'm going to renovate ash stump to give the kestrels another option. There's so much competition for nest sites out there, so I'm giving the kestrels a helping hand. This is actually going to be a baffle that I'm going to put in ash stump, and this will exclude the bigger birds, like the tawny owls just going in and grabbing the kestrels, and the little kestrels will be able to hop over the top. In the morning, Mr. Kes is the first to visit. And then Mrs. Kes takes a look too. They seem to like the changes. That night, tawny owl bonnet tries to enter, but it can't get past the baffle. Its claim handiwork has done its job. It's mid-February and the kestrels have decided on this nest. Now they can focus on courtship. The male must impress the female by providing food. These food passes are an important part of courtship, proving the male can provide for the female and the chicks. They take it in turns to scrape the nest floor. Form a shallow depression in preparation for eggs, as well as some essential maintenance. By mid-March, Mrs. Kes is guarding the nest by day and at night. A sure sign she's going to lay soon. In the morning, Mrs. Kes heads inside. She tidies the nest carefully. And when the work's complete, she settles down. She breathes heavily. And within moments, a first egg is revealed. Kestrels lay at 2-day intervals and can have between 3 and 7 eggs. These eggs are incubated right away. Brooding typically starts when half the clutch is laid. Over the next 4 days, she lays a second and third egg. As April arrives, unseasonal storms sweep the Yorkshire countryside. The pair are vigilant, perfectly timing their changeovers to ensure their eggs don't get cold. And as the snow melts, Mrs. Kes continues to lay. She soon reveals egg 4, 5, and then 6. Until finally, their clutch is complete. This experienced pair have been together 3 years now. It's a joy to see them with another clutch of eggs. In just a month's time, their chicks will hatch, and I can't wait to watch this pair step up to the challenge once again. This is the pair's 3rd season together, and Mrs. Kes knows just how she likes to keep her nest. She carefully brings soft wood chippings into the centre to provide a cushioned base for her eggs. She's particularly protective. In previous years, she's fought off numerous attacks. And this year is no different. As Mrs. Kes sleeps, she hears a noise outside. Barn owl Finn lands at the entrance, but soon takes flight. The barn owls haven't laid eggs yet, and are checking out potential sites. Finn's mate Gilfie follows. Mrs. Kes leaps up, defending her precious clutch, and holds her position even after the threat has passed. The eggs are unharmed, but she seems rattled by the attack. And the danger doesn't end here. The following day, Mrs. Kes hears disturbance outside. This time it's a pair of jackdaws prospecting nests. They're a real threat. They block neighbouring tawny owl Luna inside. Mrs. Kes heads in, but the corvids are curious, landing at her nest too. As one tries to enter, she quickly sees it off. But over the following days, the jackdaws are persistent. They're visiting the nest multiple times a day. And Mrs. Kes seems visibly stressed. Until finally, Mr. Kes swoops in, putting an end to the trouble. It's now the end of April, just a few days before the chicks should hatch. Both kestrels make their final preparations. But when Mrs. Kes heads out to stretch her wings, I spot her being harassed by a red kite. She's soon back at the nest. She just can't seem to catch a break. And as night falls, she senses another threat. Tawny owl Luna lands at the nest. Luna's got chicks nearby, and she's highly territorial. Mrs. Kes doesn't want to fight, as tawny owls are formidable opponents. But as Luna tries to enter, Mrs. Kes lunges. She'll do anything to protect her eggs. At the start of May, their troubles seem to be over. The kestrels have been taking in turns to incubate for 30 days. But now I've noticed Mr. Kes has bowed out of this role. Once the eggs hatch, he'll be in charge of bringing in food, while his mate cares for their young. His lack of brooding is a sign that the chicks are on the way. Mrs. Kes broods the eggs closely. And soon we get a glimpse of the first chick. Kestrel eggs are laid at 2 to 3 day intervals, but as they're not brooded straight away, the chicks hatch much closer together. The second chick hatches only an hour and a half after the first. Soon, Mrs. Kes leaves the nest. And Mr. Kes sees his chicks for the first time. His mate soon returns, and he sets off to find food. Mr. Kes picks up a mouse from the feeding post, where I leave supplement food. He delivers the food to his mate. And she carefully feeds the chicks. It's amazing to see how well they work together. In the afternoon, Mrs. Kes reveals a third chick, still damp. And when she leaves the nest in the evening, her fourth chick has hatched too. As night falls, there are only 2 eggs still to hatch. It's been a busy day. The next morning, Mrs. Kes wakes up early to feed the chicks. And soon reveals the 5th. And finally, the following evening, the 6th and final chick hatches too. This kestrel family is now complete, and I can't wait to see how they get on. This is Mrs. Kes, a female kestrel brooding 6 chicks. They're just a couple of days old, and they've got a lot of growing to do. But for Mrs. Kes, incubation wasn't easy. She battled barn owls, jackdaws, tawny owls, and even a red kite. And thanks to her determination, she's now got a healthy brood. She tears prey into small pieces and carefully feeds each chick in turn. While the female kestrel feeds the chicks, the male's main role is to provide for the family. Her mate, Mr. Kes, arrives and drops off his catch. The pair make a great team. But over the next few days, Mrs. Kes doesn't seem herself. She's an experienced mother, but now she's restless. And she's leaving the nest more often than she should, leaving her tiny chicks unprotected and at risk of getting cold. She seems on edge, and even at night, she's not sleeping well. The next day, she leaves the nest again. It's just not normal behaviour for her. She's back, and she's calling as if she sensed a threat. It could be the barn owls nesting nearby, or tawny owls, Bomber and Luna, roosting in the trees with the fledglings. But whatever it is, something isn't quite right. As night falls, the atmosphere changes. Mrs. Kes hears the tawny owls calling outside. The tawnies have 2 chicks that have only just fledged, so they're really protective. Luna, the female, leaves and lands at the kestrel nest. Mrs. Kes tenses up, and as the tawny owl tries to enter, she lunges. The threat is over, for now. A couple of nights later, Mrs. Kes wakes. Kestrel struggles to see in the dark, but she senses something outside. She heads out, leaving the chicks alone in the nest. When she returns, she seems rattled and falls from the entrance. She eventually lands, but the ordeal isn't over yet. Tawny Owl Luna takes off towards the Kestrel's nest. Mrs. Kes nearly falls out as she scrambles to defend herself. The Tawny Owl lands on the camera, but soon takes off. She can't see the threat in the darkness, but she knows it's there. The Kestrel returns to the chicks. But 10 minutes later, just after midnight, she heads out again. And disappears into the night, leaving the chicks completely alone. By morning, Mrs. Kes hasn't returned, and the chicks are calling desperately. Just after 5 AM, Mr. Kes arrives. After a night alone, the chicks are cold and hungry, but the male has brought food and drops a vole down for them. Although he's equipped to provide for the chicks, he's got no idea how to feed them. They haven't been fed in over 12 hours, and if they don't eat soon, they'll die. Mr. Kes keeps returning with more prey, and the chicks are getting more and more desperate. One of the chicks tries to eat, but they can't feed themselves. They decide it's time to intervene. So Mrs. Kes left the nest at midnight just after a confrontation with the Tawny Owls, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning now and she still isn't back, and the chicks are getting cold. I carefully open up the nest so I can assess the chicks. They're starving, so I gently feed them by hand. The nest is full of mice and voles, and the female would have fed them all of this by now. So these chicks are really hungry, and there seems to be 3 that are doing quite well and still quite strong, but there's some that are getting quite weak in here, so I think I'm going to have to take them out. I carefully lift it. It's remarkable to watch, but you can tell he's not used to this. And with no sign of Mrs. Kes returning, I'll be keeping a close eye to see how he gets on as a lone parent. Female kestrels are the primary caregivers for the chicks, keeping them warm and tit-bit feeding them. And with her gone, the male just doesn't know how to fill this role. He's unsettled and heads out, as if looking for his lost mate. He returns to the nest with a vole, and the young kestrels call frantically. He shunts a rodent close to the chicks, but he makes no effort to tear it up for them. They're starving. They're still far too small to feed themselves, but they're trying. And Mr. Kes still isn't getting the message. Meanwhile, up in the studio, it's time to feed the smallest chicks again. I've only had them in with me for a few hours, but they're already looking so much better. I'm really hoping I can get these chicks back into the wild. I've just got to hope Mr. Kes learns how to feed those chicks. Back at the nest, Mr. Kes returns with another vole. And when they don't take it, he starts tearing it up and offering them smaller morsels. This is an encouraging start. He's realised they're hungry. But he's impatient. He hasn't quite mastered it yet. In the afternoon, I head down to feed the chicks myself. They haven't had a meal since I took them out this morning, so they're really hungry. I'm careful not to give them too much. I still want them to call for food. And I don't stay long. I don't want to put Mr. Kes off. I leave, and he's soon back to the chicks. He broods them, but he's restless. He just can't seem to get comfortable. At the entrance, he calls for his mate. It's tough to watch. As he flies off, the chicks are alone once again. But at dusk, Mrs. Kes miraculously returns. The chicks perk up as they hear her outside. She's been gone over 20 hours, but she doesn't enter the nest. And when the Tawny Owl calls, she bolts off. It's such unusual behaviour. In previous years, she's taken on any threats to protect her own. Without their mother to brood them overnight, they're vulnerable to predators and could die if they get cold. As darkness falls, there's no sign of the male either. So I collect the chicks from the nest. They'll be safer with me overnight. So it's 5 AM in the morning and I've got the 3 biggest kestrel chicks with me, so I'm heading down to the nest now. I'm just hoping Mrs. Kes comes back today. It's only 20 minutes before the male returns with a vole. The chicks don't immediately. I'm giving him a helping hand, feeding the chicks with a few mice while he's away. This should help take the pressure off and ensure these chicks survive. Meanwhile, the 3 youngest chicks are doing well under my care. I'm feeding them 6 times a day and they're growing fast. They'll soon be ready to get back to their siblings. Under the care of Mr. Kes, and with a bit of help from me, the older chicks are developing too. Beneath their fluffy down, their flight feathers are starting to show, and the eldest even flaps its wings for the first time. They're growing in strength, getting steadier on the feet. After nearly losing these chicks, it's amazing to see. Now it's time for the next step of my plan, getting this family back together. So I've had these little kestrels with me just over a week now and they're doing really well, so it's time for them to go back into the nest, and hopefully Mr. Kes will cope with them. They're just going to have their final feed with me, and it's incredible how they've grown. Look at them. The smallest one is still little, but it's for the next adventure, fledging. Fledging is when a young bird takes its first flight and leaves the nest. And the signs are good. They're full of energy as they stretch and flap their growing wings. Even the youngest chick is bouncing around, practicing hunting. The next step is taking a look at the outside world. One of the chicks jumps up and sits at the entrance for the very first time. The father, Mr. Kes, is so dedicated to his chicks, and as they prepare to fly, he's doubling his efforts. This chick seems so overwhelmed by the outside world that it drops the bolt out of the entrance. Thankfully, Mr. Kes makes regular deliveries. And when he's away, I'm close by to lend a hand too. The kestrel chicks are almost a month old and nearly ready to fledge, so I'm heading in now to give them the last feed. I watch as it works its way up the tree, finally reaching a perch that it's happy with. It's just fabulous to see our first chick out in the wild. Once fledged, the chicks will hang out near the nest and be provided for by Mr. Kes. There's 2 days between the eldest and youngest, so they won't all fledge at once. It could be a while before they're all out and about. So in the morning, I'm watching closely to see who will be the next to go. Now the first chick is fledged, the others want to take flight too. Inside, they practice their flapping technique, getting ready for that all-important first flight. They're hopping around the nest and testing their talents. They're on the road to independence now. Within a month, they'll have to fend for themselves. All this activity is tiring work, but I'm sure they'll be raring to go tomorrow. But in the morning, they're sleeping in. And they barely stir as Mr. Kes arrives for breakfast. But they're soon full of energy again. Just after 9 AM, one of the young kestrels comes to the entrance. Has a good scratch. And decides it's time to fledge too. The branch outside seems the perfect distance for a first flight. And once it's found its balance, it flies up into the trees. It's a successful fledge. Back at the nest, the other chicks are itching to take off. In the entrance, they're looking longingly. And inside, they're climbing the walls. In the late afternoon, a chick ventures to the edge. And the others call excitedly. Egged on by its siblings, the third kestrel takes to the wing. Not the most elegant landing, it still has a lot to learn. But this one makes it into the trees on its own. And as the day comes to an end, there's only 3 chicks left. So these are the 3 youngest chicks that I had in with me, so it's no surprise these are the last ones to go. I can't wait for tomorrow to see how they get on. The next day, one of the chicks wastes no time heading outside. He spends the morning preening and flapping. And just after midday, we have our 4th fledging. My first rescue chick has taken flight, and now only the smallest 2 are left to go. Mr. Kes is trying to tempt the final chicks from the nest, and hasn't delivered food for 2 days now. But these 2 don't seem quite ready to go. Meanwhile, the fledglings aren't far, roosting in the trees. And the following afternoon, the chicks get a visit from one of them. The fledgling has a brief look inside, before being knocked from the entrance. Just in time to grab some food from Mr. Kes, who's feeding nearby. This visit seems to have motivated one of the chicks. Only an hour later, the 5th kestrel takes flight. Now only the youngest remains. But it's not alone for long. One of the fledglings drops in to spend the night. The youngest chick seems pleasantly surprised by the visitor, and even flapping its wings. And the following day, a week after the first chick fledged, it's finally time. Just after dawn, the last chick takes to the skies. This has been a truly unique story. I've followed this kestrel family all year, witnessing every moment as the pair chose the nest, laid a clutch of eggs, and welcomed 6 healthy chicks. Tragedy struck when Mrs. Kes disappeared, and 3 chicks were taken into my care. Sadly, Mrs. Kes never returned, but Mr. Kes stepped up, defying all the textbooks as he learned to feed his family, and eventually they could be reunited. Mr. Kes has worked so hard to care for his chicks, with a bit of help from me. Despite a challenging start, all 6 chicks are fledged. What a success story. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to see more. Here's a taste of what you'll enjoy seeing on this channel.